Yo, welcome everybody.
What happened there for a second?
It just the program wanted to pause and not play the opening, so I had to hit it.
Okay.
It normally automatically does it, but it didn't do it that time. So, as usual, it wouldn't be On Our Heads podcast without any sort of technical difficulties. And we're happy you're back. If you're watching on video, thank you. Please like it and share it. Join the chat. Go to youtube.com/Joe Fernandes to subscribe. Looks like Mike got a new light. No more red lips.
Yeah, I mean, I just put a different light in front of me instead of the yellow ones.
You just grab the light, just like
I have. This is my desk light. I just put it behind me, so it's
it looks better, man. You don't look jaundiced.
Exactly.
You look like
I don't like I have my liver failed and I have a drinking problem.
Yeah, you're at the beginning of liver failure with this light. You're like, it hasn't failed yet, but we're getting there.
Oh, it's going there.
It's going there. Right off the bat, I want to tell everybody next week we'll be shooting an episode of my web series, so we're going to take next Sunday off because we're going to be talking all day, and we're not going to want to be fucking do this. No, we're going to be too burnt out from that, but I can't wait till the whole thing's done, and I can share it with all you guys. We were just rehearsing before this, which was fun.
Yeah.
And that's that. We both had gigs this weekend. The podcast used to be, hey, we're going to do gigs. Then on Sunday, Monday, we talk about our gigs. And it's like, when was the last time we both had gigs on a weekend?
It's been since before the pandemic. It's been so long since it was like a comedy weekend you wanted to talk about.
I'm telling you, I guess because of the pandemic and just how rare comedy is now, like every show, even if it's not the most ideal setup, I am just so happy to be there. Like I have no problem. Like I did a gig for Jim Mandrinos last weekend, and it was at this Holiday Inn in Clinton, and it was like a bar, but not like an active bar, very dead bar. Very dead. Nobody at the bar.
Good.
And it was like 8 people in the back ready for the show. And one of them was a guy I knew from my hometown that hasn't seen me perform stand-up in, I don't know, 10 years. And I'm like, of course this is the night you're here. He's like, I didn't know you were going to be here. I'm like, and I wish I wasn't, because I was like, I'm going to eat a dick.
Right.
On the floor. You know, everything I hate. Like
everything is wrong.
But I was like, you know what, Joe, be positive. You're doing comedy. Don't waste this stage time. You don't know what's coming again. Just
right.
Treat this like it's fucking Carnegie Hall.
Right.
And I had a great time.
That's good.
8 people, good time.
Right.
And then this weekend, Firehouse. I pull up. I'm like, I did this Firehouse like 2 years ago. So I'm like, okay, good. I definitely have enough new material.
Right.
To get through. And I recognize like 2 guys.
And what was it for? For the Firehouse or for something?
The Firehouse does a fund. It was the same fundraiser they did the last time. They raised money for a scholarship fund in the name of one of the guy's brothers who died in 9/11.
Got it. Okay.
And it's like right in their garage, and it was stage. It was so funny. It was there was like a washing machine there. I'm like, oh cool, I can do my clothes here while performing. And it was great. I was having such a good time, but it's just from occasionally these days, because I don't perform a lot, like I'll get like a serious brain fart, and like I'm like, I don't even know what the hell I want to say.
Right.
Like I'll be doing good. Like I was doing good, but all the new stuff's hitting, bang, boom, bing, bang, and then like I knew there was some more new stuff. My brain just wasn't firing, so I was like,
right.
I just got a drink of water, and I'm like, I just got to tell some old shit that I don't want to tell no more. Like, and it was like so infuriating to like do these old jokes. I'm like, and they're doing good. They're doing the old joke. It's getting laughs, and you're just like,
right. So what? Right?
If you people knew how disappointed I am in myself right now, you have no idea. But then I said, you know what, Joe? Try and have fun. Try and riff a little, even off the old jokes. Like, you're doing an old idea. Try and extend it. So you
can be comfortable with it, right?
Try and extend it. So I did some of that. Did some good. It was just, I don't know, man. It's such a good time. It was like, not like your ideal circumstance, but you're like, fuck it. But no good story as far as heckling. Oh, the only funny story is like this one guy there's a guy I met the last time. He came up to me. He's like, yo, you doing that stuff about you being gay and stuff? He's like, I say that same thing, man. Gets a lot of laughs. I'm like, well, I'm not saying it no more.
Right.
I can't be writing material that a firefighter does.
Exactly.
That's not a comedian. So,
yeah.
Thank God that's my old material.
Right.
And I don't want to do it though. But I love how to. I gotta. He told me, he tried telling me something that like I could use on stage, and it was so like. He didn't tell me I could use it before, so like I didn't know like humor was attempted, you know.
Oh, so after he said it, you can use that. And you're like, use what?
Yeah, because he stopped enough with a face, like he ended and he went like
he just nailed it.
Yeah, like he didn't want to use. I'm like
he dismounted.
The thing. Yeah. He's like, you can use that if you want. I'm like, where's my coat? I gotta go.
Yeah, this is. I don't know if we talked about it the last time, but if you come to a comedy show, I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast or somewhere. I forget where I talked about it. If you come to a comedy show and you come up after the show to a comedian, not one comedian on planet Earth wants to hear an idea from you about a joke. Not one comedian is ever going to do anything you give them. Ever. So you could stop that because it's uncomfortable for me because I'm not going to use it.
Hey, Mike, just push your mic a little bit away from your face because it pops a lot. Yeah, or eat it. All right. Sorry.
You know what I mean? So, and you people come up very confidently. I don't want to ruin your night. I'm doing it now before you go to the show. You come up like, oh, I got some. Or if you come up to us and tell us, oh, you want material, you got to come to my. No, it's not funny. Your house isn't funny. Your job isn't funny. Nothing about your life is funny. We're good, man. We got it. We'll figure it out. I'll give you some material.
That'd be a good premise for a movie. Some just schmo comes up to a guy like, hey, I got this story you can use you to act. You know, like we're always like, fuck this guy. And then he tells him a story, and the guy just he's on stage, has a brain fart one night, like I have, and then just starts doing this thing the guy told him, and it becomes like the signature bit that pops him, and he's like, getting everything like, holy shit.
Or the guy says, nah, yeah, thanks, and he doesn't say it, and that guy goes and says it, and then becomes this freaking superstar.
Yeah,
from his story. It's like, that's the story. Oh, fuck, I should have said it.
Yeah, on Channel 11 News tonight, this guy has been known to have the greatest 2-minute bit in recorded comedy history.
During Monday through Friday, he's a mechanic.
Yeah.
But
it was so good, Louis C.K.'s managing him now. That's how good
exactly.
He said, you can have my sold out audiences. I just want to be your manager. I'll draw them. You go out there. That's how
good it is.
Chappelle retires.
Yeah. He's $20 million for Netflix.
Yeah.
Special.
Andrew Schulz is like, I don't even want, I'm like, he just shut down his YouTube. He's like, I'm
a fraud.
I can't. This guy wrote the perfect 2 minutes. What am I going to do? Right. The guy's like the bagel boss of comedy.
Yeah. It's just when people come up, they're always like, let me tell you something. You can use it for your skit. Say, first off, another little tip for you people. We don't call it our skit, so don't tell us. Don't say that. It kind of goes right through our spine when you say you can use this in your skit.
Yeah, skit is not a...
We're good. You want to say act. I got something for your act. I'll take that. I'm not going to do your joke, but I'll take the sentence. I have something for your act. But I got a story you can use in your little skit.
Did you ever have one? I've had this before. Someone comes up to you and says, like, it tells you like a joke from another comedian, like a Brian Regan joke.
Yeah.
He goes, dude, you should do that. I'm like, what?
Somebody already does that.
You want me to do it? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, only one time, I never did it, but a guy said something to me that made me go, oh, shit, I never thought of it. I never thought of that. And I never did it. I never did it, but it was one time. It was, I don't know, I can't remember. It was like my soccer bit. It was a joke that I don't normally do, married with a joke I normally do. It's like, oh, I thought you were going to call that back. I'm like, that would have worked. I didn't think about it, But, and it would have worked, but I never used it. That's the only time. 20 years of comedy, I've probably had 10,000 people tell me they got something from my skit.
Yeah.
And one time did I say, wow, that would have worked, and I still didn't use it.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever used an audience suggestion.
Ever.
No. Oh, one thing before I forget, there was a guy came up to me. I was on a shoot Saturday, and
Right.
he's like, dude, you and Gaffney cracked me up on that fucking podcast, man. He's like, I see you
that's
guys
awesome.
on Facebook. He's like, dude, you cracked me up. He goes, but I came in one time and you called me out, so I haven't gone back in. But
Really?
like you won't come into the chat. And I was like, no, we're having fun. I was like, I probably didn't say anything bad. He's like, no, but you guys are funny. I was like, all right, cool. I'm glad. It's nice to hear people dig it. So, Chris, if you're listening, you can come back into the chat or not.
And you won't call him out.
He must have been like, oh my God, how do they know I'm here? You commented and it's got your name right there. Oh, yeah. And my neighbor said that to me. My neighbor gave me like some venison the other day, and he goes, for whatever reason, he's like, my podcasting app is like defaulted to you guys. Like anytime I turn on my car, it's always like, I hear you guys like, welcome to All in Our Heads.
That's good.
Yeah.
I don't know what app he has, but that's good.
Yeah, it's good. That's the best app.
Let's put the All in Our Heads app.
The All in Our Heads app.
Just one podcast on there.
Yes. So how was your shows this weekend or show?
I only had one Friday night. Saturday got canceled.
Saturday got canceled?
Yeah, so I had Friday night. I didn't have last night.
Oh, that was the one. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Saturday got canceled. It was at a senior center in Brunswick, and I don't know why it got canceled, but it did.
Okay.
But Friday was I'll tell you, the venue was really cool. It's probably, I don't remember, of Michael's Billiards. It's out in Island Park, New York, out Long Island. Mm-hmm. And it's a huge building. Downstairs is all pool tables, and upstairs a couple of pool tables. But it's a music venue, so they do music every Friday and Saturday. So they have it set up. It looks really rock and roll. It's really cool, and nice stage. I mean, like a nice, like intimate music joint. You know what I'm saying? Where you probably could fit a couple of hundred in there and listen to a band. You know, and little like made up green room with like a little section with like these like sheer curtains and sound drapes, so you can like sitting in these couches inside, but like it's right, there's a little curtain, you're right out onto the stage. It's nice. It's a nice, they set it up really nice. They put the tables, like long tables, on an angle towards the stage. It's the first time they were doing comedy. They nailed the setup. Nailed it. It's just the audience members aren't familiar with going to comedy shows, so the only problem I have with the place is they have the bars in the room, and you can go get your drinks.
That's never good.
No, and because people are going to go get drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not going to not get drinks. They're going to get up and go get drinks, even if it's they're getting up and they're like, guys, like, yeah, get me a. It's like, see. So I tried to do the thing you said you did, like, hey man, shows have been like, few far between. Enjoy them.
Yeah.
Just enjoy yourself, man. Enjoy yourself. No, I couldn't do it. I couldn't convince myself.
Mike did his little pep talk. He's like, yeah, fuck this.
Exactly.
Attack mode.
I went up there. For the first like 10 minutes of the host and then the feature, I'm just looking out at this audience, a couple people talking, and it's bubbling inside of me. Mm-hmm. I just get so aggravated when people are talking during the show. Not me on stage. I'm just aggravated. And so I go up and I try, and I was doing well. I was doing okay. They were a good, fun crowd. They were a little, I don't know, man. They were okay. I had fun with them, but there were moments where it was just like, I want to punch some of you in the face.
That's good for a comedy show. A little laughs, a little violence.
Not overwhelming moments, just a few. I started wanting to punch them in the face because there are people talking during other comedians. And then I kind of moved on and was enjoying myself. Even this guy in the front row who had shades on the whole time, older guy, bald with just I don't know if he's going to ever hear this, but sitting in the front row of a comedy show. Probably in his, I would say, mid to late 50s, 60 maybe. A black wife beater on.
Easy. Oh, I thought you were going to talk about a black guy. Yes.
Black wife beater. Sunglasses.
Oh, no. Inside sunglasses?
Inside sunglasses. Now, I don't know. He could have had something. He kept taking them down to show me, to look at, like to show me his eyes. And I don't know if he thought I was an optometrist, that I was going to be able to nail it. But I don't know what the fuck you're showing me.
He just kept going.
Yeah. And so at one point he went like this. The first time I was like, and you with your glasses, I don't know what the hell's happening here. But and he took them down. He looked at me like kind of like, I was like, dude, don't ever look at another man the way you just looked at me.
He gave you bedroom eyes?
Yeah. But I don't know if he was trying to show me that maybe he had some, I don't know. But he never said that his eyes were fucked up and just put the sunglasses back on. Now, he could have some sort of problem with his eyes and needed the sunglasses on, but he never said that. And he kept taking them down once in a while and then put them back. And he would laugh and clap when I would make fun of his stupid sunglasses, but he never took them off. And he never said why they were on. So I'm just assuming that this is how he is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is just how he is. So other than that, but he was a good audience member. Most of the people were really good. They were nice, older, non-comedy club. I mean, listen. You have to know, there's comedy club audiences, there's stand-up comedy fans, and then there's people who go to comedy shows at firehouses and places, and they don't know stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
So this was a room full of people who kind of don't know stand-up comedy, just go to comedy shows. So older people, a lot of, 50s, you know what I mean? Like, just people, 9 out of 10, 360 days a year they're home at night, watching fucking Roseanne. You know what I'm saying? They're not out and about. You know what I'm saying? This is a night out for them, and it's weird that they're even out probably. None of these people look like they go out.
Right.
But they were fun. They were a fun group, and they're just a certain group. There's just a certain group. And then there was this like young group that came in right in the middle of the fucking room. There were 3 or 4 of their friends were already there, and they came in. I had like 25 minutes left. They came walking in, like 5 or 6 of them, hugging everyone else. Like, like hugging right in the middle of the room.
Mm-hmm.
And that didn't go over well.
You didn't like a big hug session in the middle of your...
No, I let them know that.
Big greeting?
And he's like, I'm sorry, man. I'm like, nah, it's cool. And I said, it's just a guy following his dream. So please, if you got a hug during that, that's please. It's not distracting at all. And then he kept getting up, and they were doing shots. Like, shots are not...
Shots shouldn't be the comedy show.
At all, man. But I know that this place is trying to just sell booze, man. That's why they have music normally. So they're going to have to control how they sell booze. If you want to get waitresses and waiters hitting the tables more, frequently, cool. But you can't have guys shot. It's not a strip club.
That guy with the shades on was hoping it was. He was like pulling him down, like, shot. Come on, Mikey.
Shot. And then, so the one kid, he was like, I don't know how he started talking. 23-year-old Spanish kid. I don't know how we started talking, but I just said, what do you do for a living? And he was like, sanitation, garbage man. I'm like, that's great money, man. It's good money. And I don't know how we got into it. And he was like, kind of like sensitive. I don't know. I wasn't making fun of his job at all because I think I don't know how we got into it. And he was like, yo, but check out my drip. Like, first off, if you're looking at me, what about me says drip would be working for me? So I was like, okay. And he was wearing a flannel shirt with like, I'm like, I don't know a lot about drip, but I don't think flannel is it. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, but check out my Yeezys. And he picked his foot up and showed me his Yeezy, his sneakers. And I was like, listen, man, if you got to pick up your foot in the middle of the air to show me your drip, you ain't dripping. You know what I'm saying? I should be able to see the drip from head to toe. That's what drip is. Drip is you're fucking dripping in it. Not you're all the way down to your fucking feet is the only thing you're dripping. And he's like, yeah, you don't know though, man. Look at that. I was like, yeah. And here's where I was like, yeah, but you still smell like a garbage truck. So I don't care. he took that a little okay, but he's like, nah, but he's like sensitive. He's like, nah, man, that's that shit, that fresh dank I smoked. I was like, oh, good Lord. I said, you're an immature kid, man. You're an immature kid. I told him, I'm like, you're an immature kid. You want to talk to me and be a little like bust balls, but if I hit you, you're a little too sensitive. You're 22, you're a little kid. Little kid, you got to show me your sneakers. Look at me, I'm cool. I smoked weed. No one gives a fuck, but I know you're a little kid.
Yeah, the fact that he even knows what his shoes are. These are my Yeezys. Like, if you're like, Joe, what kind of shoes you got? I'd be like, black? I got blue ones, too.
So he's got Yeezys on, and just, I mean, you have to talk about it, then you're not really about, it's like, cool dudes, like people who are just dripping, they don't ever talk about it. They just, you see them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Me.
So
I mean, I'm dripping all over the motherfucking place. I'm just fucking,
yeah.
I'm like a faucet, dude. I'm fucking lots of drip. I mean, just I don't even say it. This is the first time I said it. And I shouldn't have said it, but I don't want to say it. No,
you don't have to.
I give myself a DJ air horn for that. Drip.
Most of whoever's listening to the podcast does not know what drip is.
No,
most of our listeners.
Our audience has drip, but they don't.
But that's out of their dick.
They don't even know it. That's how drippy we are.
That's out of their penis.
Yeah, yeah. We're just in our late 40s. That's our drip. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, prostate drip.
Yeah, I need to see my doctor.
Yeah.
My prostate's dripping.
Yeah, you go to a too young doctor. Be like, I'm worried about my drip. She's like, no, your clothes look nice.
No, you look fine.
You look fine. Nah, all right, with these millennial doctors. Get off your phone. I'm sick.
Get off your phone. Selfie time? No, we're not taking a selfie. I'm dressed.
Yeah. Our millennial doctors are dead. That's who's going to take care of us when we're old.
I know.
Dude, did I tell you that story about my doctor with the fucking COVID test?
So far, no. I don't know it yet.
I don't know if I told you off stage. Off podcast.
I don't know. Just say the fucking story. I don't.
Well, I got the antibodies test.
You told me this. I know this part, but go on.
Okay, got the antibodies test. It's got two things on it. Top one has like this number in the 900s. Supposedly that's to show that my vaccine's working well.
Got
then
it.
There's another, and then it says you are positive for COVID antibodies. And there's another one that says positive.
Right.
So we don't know how to read it. There's no one tells you how to read it. And LabCorp doesn't tell you how to read it. And they're like, we have nobody here to tell you. You got to take it to your doctor. So I called my doctor.
All right.
I said, yeah, I got this COVID antibodies test. I wonder if you can help me read it. They're like, well, who gave you the prescription? I'm like, nobody. They're like, well, how'd you get it? I'm like, I went to LabCorp. They're like, well, they shouldn't have did it. I'm like, well, they did, so I need you to help read it. So
right.
Whatever we got to do. All right.
Why shouldn't they have done it?
Because the doctors want to get me 2 visits out of me to get it. That's why they want
I gotcha.
the visit and then the read visit.
Yeah. Right.
So I was like, whatever, charge me whatever the fuck. Here's the email.
Mm-hmm.
So I gave him 2 days before I hit him back. So I call him back. I'm like, hey, 2 days ago, you guys told me to send you this PDF. Did you get a chance? And they come on. I go, who are you? I go, Joe Fernandes. Like, who gave you this test? I go, LabCorp. Who gave you the prescription? Nobody. They shouldn't have did it. I'm like, we did this already. And you told me to send it to you.
Mm-hmm.
I just read it. It's 2 things. Tell me what the fuck it means. That's all I want to know.
Right.
They're like, well, you're going to have to do a phone visit. I'm like, fine. Next Monday. So I had to wait a whole fucking week for this phone visit. So I'm like, this is ridiculous. So Monday comes. She calls. I'm what is Dr. So-and-so, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, what does that thing mean? She goes, we really don't know. I go, what are you talking about? She goes, well, we wouldn't send you for this test. I go, you sent my wife for this test.
Right.
But her bottom one didn't say positive. Hers just said that the vaccine wasn't working for her well. But the thing on the bottom that said positive for me said negative for her. So I was like, they're like, well, we're not sure what these mean. I go, but the test exists. Like, what is it supposed to mean? She goes, well, they're not FDA approved, so they're not accurate, so we can't really tell you. I go, if we're in a perfect world, what is it supposed to say?
Right.
Like, what is, well, we're really not sure. And I'm like, holy shit. I go, so you have no more information than I have.
So you were going to send me I need a prescription for a test you can't read anyhow?
That's what I said. And she goes, yeah, well, it's not, we probably wouldn't have sent you for a test. I go, well, you're the main doctor there, the main one. The guy who owns the joint sent my wife for one.
Well, because she has cancer, that's why.
Right. But who gives a shit? I just want to tell me what the fuck the thing means. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then I said, so you have no more knowledge than I do. She's like, no. And I'm like, and then like I was just so angry. I'm like, fine, whatever. And I'm like, why the fuck couldn't you tell me you didn't know when we made the appointment?
Yeah, right.
Like, I don't fucking know. Like, it's like
you start thinking it out.
No, I still don't know. I'm just assuming. The only thing I'm assuming is that, because listen, I've never been sick at all since I can't remember when.
But LabCorp can't tell you.
We'll put it this way: they do this recording where they're like, you have to go to your physician with your results. If you want to speak to a LabCorp doctor, you'll have to make an appointment. Good luck getting a human being on any of those. It's just it's like this loop of menus that I can never get to a human.
Can't get through.
And I'm just whatever. I feel good. It looks like I have good antibodies, but I don't know where the antibodies are from, or from the vaccine, or if I had it. Which is, I just want to know that.
Right.
And they're like, well, we can't tell. We can't tell for sure. I go, but like, even if this test is wrong, is this what it's trying to tell me as well? I want to know.
Right.
Like, even if like the bottom one says you had COVID, even if I really didn't, but is that what that one's trying to tell me?
Right.
Because I know what the top one is telling me. I have good, I have good fucking vaccine coverage.
Right.
But you had to add that second one to fuck my world up. Because it said negative on hers.
Right.
I don't know. I'm sitting. You start getting all like, yeah, I fucking trust the science. Fuck these fucking, the fucking big scam. You start getting all fucking crazy. You know what I mean? You're just like, you're giving me fucking blood tests, and I know they're not FDA approved. Neither is your fucking vaccine, fucker.
Right.
But you're sticking that shit in my fucking arm.
It is now.
What? Right, but not when I got it, I'm saying.
No, yeah, me neither.
You know what I mean? Not when I got it. So you're fucking test. Like, okay, back then if I said, do you think this is going to... So you tell me this thing you put in my arm could help me not get sick from COVID-19? That's what we think. Cool. Right, that's all I want on this fucking test.
Right.
Does it say I had COVID? Maybe.
Yeah.
But they don't say that. They're like, we don't know. We don't even know what to tell you.
That's crazy.
It's fucking crazy. There's nothing online. There's not like an example test.
Yeah, there's no dummy down like COVID test for dummies to read nothing.
And then you'll like Google the terms that are next to it. There's like these weird ass terms, and then and it brings it to some real English that don't work in my brain. You know what I mean? But then you'll be like, oh, this says this. And then you'll Google it again and be like, but this says that's not that. And you're like, I don't know. There's no truth in this world anymore. There's no truth in the world anymore. There's no way to get truth. I went to the doctors. I went to the lab. I live with a nurse. Ain't nobody know the truth. I'm just stuck here. Fuck it. I don't know. It annoyed me. I don't want to go back there. Then they sent me I got like that courtesy text, like, how rate your experience at Montville Family Practice, and I was like, fucking 4 out of 10.
4? Why 4?
Well, because at least they did give me an appointment and everything.
It's so easy to please.
No, but I didn't want to go like total 0. But they said any comments, and this whole thing. I'm like, my family's been going there for years. I've always had good experience, but this last one was so ridiculous. It's too hard to even explain in this. If anybody cares how disappointed I am, call me at this number. Boom. Sent it. Nothing happened. I'm sure next time they'll probably be like, you can't come here anymore. Right.
Oh, they're gonna have to give you a needle with no medicine in it just to fucking poke you.
Yeah. Well, it's just hard to find a doctor. They were good. My doctor before, he just didn't really show like any care.
Right.
Like he was just so robotic.
Yeah.
Like he didn't have like a nice bedside manner.
I hear you. Yeah.
And this one was nice. She was nice when I saw her, but she was like a twat on the phone. I don't understand. Like she was so nice.
And my doctor, I had a doctor who was really like my father's doctor. This nice Indian guy was a sweetheart. He was like the only doctor I've had with knows me for I went to him for 4 or 5 years, and then he passed away. And now I go to a group, a medical group, and sometimes you see the same doctor, but not the same doctor sometimes. And it's every one of them is very so how you feeling? Okay, good. Okay, take the test. We're gonna put you here for this. It's nothing. They're not even talking to me. They're just reading a script. You know what I mean? It's just
because they're not even doctors. Half of them, they're nurse practitioners.
Yeah. Well, these the nurse will come in, then the doctor comes in. But it's one doc. I've gone to this place. I've gotten 2 different doctors. Most of the time, I go. It's one of 2 doctors, and it's just there's no with the Indian doctor. When I had an appointment, man, I fucking showed up. He was helpful. He went through things every step by step. Any question, he sat in a room with me and talked. These people, I'm in a waiting room with 10 other people. You know what I mean? And you wait in the waiting room to go wait in another room. You wait in that room, and then they come in, and then it's just there's no personal connection. So I'll make an appointment and not go. It's just I don't feel like it. It's just I don't.
Yeah.
So I feel like they're not going to tell me anything anyhow.
I should just get a new doctor place. I feel like I'm just going there.
A new doctor place? I should get a new doctor place. You're mentally handicapped.
Well, the one before her, I had this guy, Alexander, and he was always nice. And then one day he goes, I do my yearly blood test. He goes, "Do you have any history of rheumatoid arthritis in your family?" I'm like, no. Why?
Just asking.
He goes, "Oh, I saw this thing in your blood. Maybe you should go to a blood specialist that specializes in rheumatoid arthritis." I'm like, "Nah, dude, I tell you, from the moment he said that, dude, my knees, my knuckles, I had arthritis, bro. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I have rheumatoid arthritis. I don't even know what it is, but it sounds so bad.
So painful.
It sounds so much worse than arthritis. Yeah. Like if you're gonna add the word before arthritis, that's got to be the worst arthritis."
So what did you ever find your rheumatoid?
So I go to the thing and I get it, and she goes, who told you to get this? I was like, my doctor. Right. She goes, I don't know why. She's like, there's some markers maybe, but everybody has these. She's like, I don't know why he would send you here.
Right.
And then I went back to my doctor's and he wasn't working there no more. And then I got this woman. So I was like, this is the kind of luck.
Everybody thought I had rheumatoid arthritis.
Yeah, so I'm saying I need a new doctor place.
I remember I went to, when you get that kind of news, I was working at Home Depot, and I was behind the counter, and out of nowhere, this was 2008, 2007, out of nowhere, a white light just flashed in front of my eyes, and it went dark for a split second. I could not see, say a total of 3 seconds. It went light and then dark, and I was just like, oh, fuck, I couldn't see. Mm-hmm. So my manager happened to be behind the counter when I did that, the store manager. He's like, you all right, bro? I'm like, I don't know, man. It's just a flashlight that I couldn't see for 3 seconds. And he's like, I'm going to take you to the medical, the Ready Med, and it'll be at least something happened at work. I can get covered at work. You never know. You know what I'm saying? I was like, all right, cool. So he took me to the Ready Med. And then the doctor is like, so what happened? I told him, and he's like, oh, my God, we're going to get you an ambulance. It sounds like you might have had a stroke. I'm like, whoa, what? A fucking stroke? And he's like, yeah, we're going to get you to I said, my boss right there. All right, we're going to call Hackensack. We're going to let them know you're coming. I'm like,
fuck that.
Yeah, you had a stroke. Now I'm having a stroke. And then I go into the doctor.
Yeah, having. I don't know if you I don't know if you studied words.
Yeah.
You just gave me a stroke, Doc. I don't know if you know the power you have.
So I was in the emergency room and I'm sitting. They do like neurological tests and have a guy talking to me and checking my reflexes and stuff. And I was there about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then finally the doctor was like, "No, you didn't have a fucking stroke." He goes, "What? Everything you described, you had an internal migraine, like a migraine that wasn't painful. You just got the shocks of a migraine, minus the pain." So it hits behind your eyes, and you see that light, and then it makes it go dark. It's what happens when you get a migraine shot, but you didn't have the pain part.
Yeah, there's got to be awful doctors. That's just the way it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like doctors, like, because I guess there's panicky people. There could be panicky doctors, like, oh.
Yeah.
Stroke.
Well, then I guess last year I was trying to go for a piss test for a job, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what it was. I was going for this test. I just didn't feel good. And I said to the woman, I haven't been feeling good. Like my chest has been a little tight. And it was during COVID. So I was like, I don't want to be in this room. I just want you to know that I've been feeling a little tightness in my chest. I just don't want to. She's like, well, I'm like, maybe you can do a quick test, see if I had it. And she's like, no, you can't do that. You have to go. So I called my doctor's office. And I was like, yeah, I was having a little shortness of breath, a little tightness, you know what I mean? Like, and I just, she's like, I'm like, is that COVID symptoms? And she's like, what else? I was like, she goes, did your shoulder hurt? I'm like, well, that can't be a sign of a heart attack for me because my shoulders hurt every minute of every day. So we have to skip over that as a symptom because it's always hurting. So she's like, did you have pain in your wrist? I'm like, yeah, I guess. She's like, oh my God. Okay.
Doctors shouldn't say, oh my God.
No, she was the nurse. She was the nurse walking me. She's like, okay. What I need you to do is go to the emergency room just to test you out because you're telling me things that you may have had a heart attack. So now I'm at the emergency room having a heart attack because someone told me I did. And they were like, I'm like, she said I had pain in my wrist, my shoulders. I don't know. I always had pain in my arms. My arms hurt all day long. That's not an exaggeration. My arms always hurt.
Yeah.
We have to eliminate that. You got to give me something else for a heart attack. You know what I mean? Smell toast? I love toast. I'm always making toast. So that can't be the thing. There's got to be another thing.
Smell toast? I love toast. I'm always smelling toast, man. I'm never gonna...
You know what I'm saying? It's got to be something else. You got to give me something else, man. Because the left shoulder pain is not going to cut it.
That's so funny. You're having a stroke. It's just my love for toast. You're not getting the help you need. Yeah.
I'm just craving toast.
I'm just craving toast. Your dad, you okay? It's just the toast. The ambulance comes, you're on the floor. What happened to your dad? I don't know. He loves toast. And
ramble about toast.
I thought something was happening, but he just professing his love of toast, and now here we are. I didn't smell nothing.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about.
He kept smelling the toast. I'm like, this fucking guy.
So that day I went to, and they were like, yeah, you didn't. Everything's fine. EKG's fine. Everything was fine. I'm like, all right, well, I don't know.
We have something in the chat. Robin Ann. Let's see what she said. Oh, that's a big one.
Whoa, that's a lot going on. You're going to have to read that.
I was in the hospital, literally couldn't breathe with a constant cough. They took a ton of tests. The doctor comes in my room in his hazmat suit, scratching his head like Ignatowski. Oh, it went away. And says, we have no idea what's wrong. Could be a new strand. Next day, it's pneumonia. 11 days to figure that out.
Wow, 11.
That's a long
pneumonia is still
time.
something, though.
What?
At least it came up with something. You had pneumonia.
Yeah.
You didn't leave there going, oh, yeah, it's your fucking ankles.
They're coming in with a hazmat suit. I'd be like, I don't want to be here no more. I don't want to be in the movie E.T. But,
Yeah. You don't want to be the person that everyone's standing around with a hazmat suit around.
no. Dude, knock on wood, I've never been to a hospital like myself or like
Right.
that shit. I can't, man. Dude, I'm just too hypochondriac. Dude, just talking. I have rheumatoid arthritis right now. I gave it to myself, and I'm starting to smell toast. I'm just. Toast does sound pretty good right now. I gotta tell you,
Right.
there is something about toast with butter, man. I mean, I know it should be fasting, but I may have to throw a few slices in. There's.
Toast is good.
Yeah, it's the
That's
unsung
old.
hero. It's just it's really
That's when you're getting old, man.
what toast.
Yeah, man. Nobody fucking eats toast that's young.
I know I'm getting old because now sometimes on my back porch I'm just a guy who sits there and stares out like into just the world. Just
That's how I am in my car. I can just sit in my car for 15 minutes before I get out to come in. Just
that's
sitting.
what my dad used to do. I never understood it. He used to like be in his like I'd pull up at my dad's house and I'm like, why the fuck's the door locked? Like, he's not home. I look, he's in his Corvette and I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, he's reading the paper.
Yeah, I know. I don't know
Your
what it
house
is, man.
is right there, you fucking dummy.
I don't know what it is.
He's out
I'm
there
the
smoking
same
a
way.
cigarette, reading the paper in his car in his driveway.
Yeah, I'm the same way. So I can pull up in front of the house, or when I'm leaving in the morning, I'm sitting in my car 10, 15 minutes before I leave. I don't know what it is.
No, I used to only do that like when I was in a relationship I didn't want to be in. Be like, I gotta go in. Just sitting in the car. When are you coming in?
She sees me.
I had a thought I had to go through. What's your thought? Then I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Here's something I just wanted, not that I want to talk about, but it's something that was
Let's talk
happened
about
to
it.
me. So, during my route, right? So my morning route starts, I leave my house around 10:25. The route starts at 11. By 12:30, 12:15, 12:30, my bladder is full. So I've had an iced coffee, a large protein shake, and usually a bottle of water right before 12:15, 12:30. So I get to my first basics. I've done a couple of stops, but the samples are outside. So I get to my first stop where I can actually go inside, which is perfect timing because right next door is a gas station and I got to pee. So I always go to the gas station, piss like a racehorse, grab a bag of almonds, go grab the fucking samples and leave. I've been doing it for like 8 months. Gas station, piss, almonds, leave. But for like the past 2 weeks, every time I get to the gas station, someone's in the bathroom shitting. And I can't get in. So I'm like outside, like stomping my feet. I'm fucking such a dick. I'm like stomping my feet, making noise, saying, come on, let's go. Like that. And I realize I'm probably making the shit creep up further. Like I would go if you would shut the fuck. Because I know if I was taking a shit and there was noise outside the door, I wouldn't be able to shit.
Yeah.
I need
wouldn't
peace
shit
and
at a gas
quiet.
station anyway.
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying, so I've been like losing my pace. So one day I was outside the bathroom for a good 10 minutes and I had to go. And this person wasn't coming out. So I was like, fuck. So I went to the clinic and I was like, can I use your restroom? And it's like, yeah. And it's like, so you have a waiting area and then you have the counter and then you go behind the counter, like to go into the doctor's offices and stuff. And it's like back here. So I kind of feel like that's in the office.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I go in, I use the bathroom. Next day, go to the gas station and fucking somebody's shitting. So I'm like, Jesus Christ. So I go back to the clinic. I got to pee at this time every time. This is my piss time. I've been drinking liquids for 2 hours. I got to go. So I go back in, and I'm like, can I use your restroom? And she's like, absolutely. You don't have to ask. You don't have to ask. I'm like, okay, thank you. Whatever you say. But I got to ask. I can't not ask. And every day since, I've been doing this for 2 weeks now, as I'm approaching the front door, I'm psyching myself up to just go in. They said, you don't got to ask, bro.
You gotta
She
ask.
said, you don't got to ask. And then I open the door and I'm like, can you use the restroom? I can't not ask.
Well, it's going to be like you worked there. Hey, Cheryl, and just go in every
That's
time.
what I'm saying. And what if there's someone that didn't know that? Now they see me walking like, who the fuck this guy think he is? Thinks he owns the joint? Just walking into the bathroom?
You don't walk in. Who's that? That's
Yeah.
Baby Mikey. He don't ask no one.
So I am self-conscious. So I ask every day. So like last week, I said it Friday. I was like, "Can I use this?" She's like, "You really got to stop asking." I'm like, "I know, but I can't. I can't."
Now you just got to keep. Yeah, be like, maybe we can start like nodding, like, huh? Be like, lady, I gotta do something. So how about we do this, and then you either do this or that.
But what I think
Thumb
I'm
up
going
or
to do
thumb down.
if I see her, I'm going to just go in.
But if you see somebody, especially if you see somebody different, you have to ask.
Correct.
You'd be like, "Who are you? Come on, look it up."
Oh my! And the guy who pisses at 12:30.
I'm someone who don't have to ask. Talk to Cheryl. Get out of here before I pee on you. Okay.
Yeah, and I gotta go. At that time, I gotta go, man. And then it opens up the floodgates, and then
who's this guy that's shitting every morning?
It's not guys, it's different people.
But they're consistently shitting at your pee time. Maybe he's on his own route and he has like too much coffee. He's like,
no, it's different
shitting.
People. Because I've waited for a while until that last day where I couldn't do it anymore.
But that gas station's getting a lot of action.
Oh no,
of shitting though, not like you can see like a lot of pee action. But how many people are leaving their house without shitting?
It's mostly workers. It's mostly like
you mean the
workers.
Gas station workers? Or
no, like DPW guys, bus drivers, fucking workers are in and out of there.
Yeah, but it isn't like the part of the morning routine. Like, can we have some coffee to push one out and then get?
I don't know,
day?
But at 12:30 is their lunch hour. Maybe people shit on their lunch hour.
I guess, or just find another gas station. Not everybody can't be shitting everywhere.
Because I don't like to deviate from my route, man. It's right next door.
I got
time is money. I don't want to make a left and go 2 blocks.
I got one of those things that you pee in from like the hospital.
Yeah, I saw one on Instagram, I think. I don't know what it was. It's like this long tube, dude. It's like a tube that goes into a thing. I'm like, I might get that.
Nah, I just got one of the basic ones with the handle.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah.
I told you that story. I think I told that on the podcast when I was stuck in traffic in the George Washington Bridge.
Yeah.
Having to pee so bad. And like I was going to a show, I didn't have a change of clothes, and it's tough to pee into a soda bottle or a water bottle without 100%. Missing.
No,
so I said, let me just get into my underwear.
I can't hit a toilet bowl without missing. I'm definitely gonna miss.
I got in my underwear and just my undershirt, and so I could like save my jeans and my button up for the show.
Right.
So I pee, and as soon as I start peeing, the traffic starts moving. You're like, great, here we go. So I get out enough to like get me comfortable. I'm like,
that's all you need.
But it starts moving so fast that like I can't get dressed right now. I can't get redressed, so it goes and stops. I'm in the toll booth of the George Washington Bridge in my underwear and undershirt. And she looks at me. I just shrug. I was like, I don't know. And my pants are riding shotgun.
I don't know.
And then I get over to GW. And then it opens up. I was going to that Yonkers room when the Hot Comedy Club at Yonkers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I go into that mall, and I gotta pee, man. So I get in that parking garage, and like I gotta pee so bad. Now this is the first time I'm ever there, so I don't really know where it's at. I just picked the first parking garage. So I'm like, I can't make it to a bathroom. I don't know where it is.
Right.
So I was like, let me try and pee. I found another Snapple bottle. I was like, this is a bigger hole. This is gonna be great. And then I just start peeing, and this family just starts coming in the car next to me. Like, I'm like, come on, man, this ain't working for me. I'm still in my underwear. It's like I didn't get a chance to change yet. I was like, this is awful. But that's when I got that the professional pee thing.
Yeah.
Because now I could just it's nice.
Right.
Stuck in traffic. Like,
does it have like a flip thing? Like it's just
it's got a big opening. It's got a handle. It's angled in a way, so
it's perfect. You can just
made for that. It's designed for that, and it's nice.
Right.
Because that woman that saw me in the toll booth in my underwear, and all I did was shrug. There was 2 options: either just like keep staring straight ahead, I don't know what you're talking about, but that probably would have been the best thing. I just looked at her like, oh no. That's the thing, man. It's like public because you don't want to. That lane going That way, going to the George W. Like there's nowhere to pee. There's no like woods.
No.
Like you're gonna get a fucking urinating in public ticket. No doubt.
Yeah, absolutely. When I crashed into that fucking lake during the hurricane a couple of months ago, I was soaking wet and freezing, drenched, and now it's 1 o'clock in the morning, 12:45 in the morning. I'm sitting in my car, wet, soaking wet. The car's wet on the side of 80, and the windows are just fogged up and wet inside because there's so much moisture in this fucking car, and everything's just dripping wet. And I got a piss. So I got a piss. I have a big Dunks plastic cup, and I'm stuck. There's cops. There's other people. But my windows are pretty foggy, so I'm like, I think I can get this off. But like, so I start peeing in that Dunks cup. I had to pee so bad, bro. It was the large ice cup. I filled it up, filled it all. Now, as I'm peeing, right when I started peeing, my mom called. So I'm peeing and answered the call. I'm like, yeah, what's up, Mom? And I'm peeing. She's like, how's everything with the car? I'm like, everything's fine. I'm just stuck with the car. And I'm peeing, and then the cup filled up. You got to hold on for a second. And now I'm pinching my pee hole. I hold the cup up. I set it like up on the dashboard, just hoping it doesn't fall, so I can open the door so I can dump pee out and start over again. But then I slept in my pee hole. All the pee went. I started peeing in the car. Thank God we fucking totaled that fucking vehicle.
Robin S. Late on the question. Did you take your shoes off to get your pants off? Of course. Think I asked. Fucking savage. An animal? I'm not gonna take my pants and shoes off. Come on. Had Yeezys on. No.
One time I was on the West Side Highway going towards the GW Bridge, coming from Manhattan, go towards the GW to go home. Dead stop traffic. It's fucking 1 o'clock in the morning again. It's just dead stop traffic. And I gotta go, and I get off the exit that takes down, and then it goes up. You can go up like 138th Street or something, and there's like you're under an overpass. So I get down and I take out a Dunkin'. There's cops always around there. So I got an extra large Dunkin' cup, and I start pissing in this cup. And as soon as I start pissing, I look up, and a homeless dude is fucking right on my window asking me for money. And I'm like, yo, get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. I don't got the money. Get away from me. And I filled that cup up, held my dick, opened the window, spilled it out, and it filled it up again. I filled up my extra large cup, hot coffee cup, twice. That's how bad I had to pee.
Don't you feel like car pee fills up so much more? Like I feel like on a normal peeing outside of my car, you know, in the regular world with toilet bowls and stuff. Like, this is like I feel like I don't pee 16 ounces in one shot. But when I'm in a car, it's like right up to the brim. Then you need to pinch it and then find another one. So now I don't even start unless I got 2 bottles.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Because it just you can't risk it.
No.
Because sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I can pinch it off and be like. But sometimes it's just like, no, we're not doing that today.
Yeah.
Then you got to do the transfer. I'm pretty good at the transfer. I don't get it. I don't.
Well,
unless I have my pants on. If I have my pants on, I transfer is awful. I pee all over my pants, and then I arrive at my comedy show, and I was at the sink and it splashed. I think.
Yeah. When I was in the flood, and I filled up the large iced coffee cup, which is a big cup.
That's a big cup, dude. A large iced coffee?
Yeah. I filled that up twice, dude. That's how much I had to pee.
That's got to be like 8 ounces.
More than that.
I'm kidding.
8 ounces. Oh, okay. I was like, you just had your water bottle up, and it's more than that. I filled it up twice, and then on the
that's like 64 ounces, I think, twice. That's got to be like a 32-ounce cup.
It's got to be
large. 64 ounces of piss.
That's how much urine was in my bladder. And then as I'm getting ready I dump it out, I went to go pee again. The cop like was walking around. Look, so I just put my dick in my pants, and like, but I was already soaking wet, and like a little more pee came out. It was like into my, but I was soaking wet. I was like, well, that's the way that is. What else can I do tonight? What else can happen tonight? You know what I'm saying? Might as well just finish this off.
Yeah. I've used that pee thing, the professional one. New York City comes in handy because like sometimes you're just sitting there parked and there's like nowhere to run into. You're like,
right.
I remember I was like I was uptown doing some like Irish bar comedy show, and
yeah, it's a good gig. I've been to the one that's up way uptown.
I forget what shit. It's like it's in the hoity-toity section. Whatever.
Way uptown though.
Yeah. And,
way up, like 200th Street, up that way.
I don't remember. It was a while ago, but anyway, there was a pet store. Like, I didn't know where the gig was yet. I'm still trying to find the gig.
Right.
I mean, I gotta pee. Like I'm about to just get a peeing ticket. That's I see a pet store. I'm like, I'll buy whatever you want. I'll buy whatever you want. Just please have your bathroom. Like, just go use it, man. Like he was like, and I did it, and he's like, why would you say that? I'm like, because I've been in places that won't let you.
Right.
But I was like, I'm just gonna buy anyway. I got a dog, so let me.
There you go.
Robin said, "This sexy talk is too much for me."
That's what we do. That's how we do it here on the All the Heads.
You know how it is, Robin. Don't act like you don't know. You requested this.
That's why you're here. That's why
Mike's the one
here.
using the D word. I'm keeping it a little more fancy. But he was using the vulgar language, and,
as I tend to do,
as he tends to do. But I want to tell a quick. It just reminded me of a funny Artie Lang story before we go. Did you read his book Too Fat to Fish?
No.
He tells a story. It was like in the back of a car, like high on heroin. I think Reverend Bob Levy was in the car,
right?
And he's like they. I guess it was. And he's like, dude, I gotta pull over. I gotta take a shit, man. Pull the car over. I gotta take a shit. And they
already said this.
They already said this. So
okay.
they pull over. Artie gets out. He goes. He dropped his pants. He shit in his pants and then pulled his pants back up and got back in the car.
So it just went into the pants.
You got to read that book, dude. That story is so funny, man.
That's hilarious.
That's a good one. But let's wrap this shit up, man.
All right.
Long day. Good podcast. You got any shows coming up?
No.
No?
No, nothing that we need to do today. No.
Okay. Well, I'll be at the Church of Satire November 5th and 6th, but the guy still hasn't put the fucking link up yet. I asked him, I'm like, shouldn't we have like a month of link buying?
Right.
It's like, you're like 2 weeks out. It's like, there's no, people actually message me, where's the link to buy those tickets?
Right.
I don't know. I guess the guy doesn't want anybody coming there. Sure. So I don't know. Call the Church of Satire if you want a reservation. But, please subscribe. Please go to iTunes and rate us if you have not done that yet. Go to youtube.com/Joe Fernandes to subscribe to watch the video. Like our Facebook page at All in Our Heads Podcast. Go follow Mike at Mike Gaffney now.
Yeah, there's nothing up there, but go ahead.
But your Instagram and stuff is at Mike Gaffney now?
Everything's Mike Gaffney now, yeah.
Everything's Mike Gaffney now. And all right, everybody. We'll see you in 2 weeks. We're off next week. Thank you. You've been listening to All in Our Heads.